What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is April the 9th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and what big money is really focusing on today. Before I get into any of that though, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, big one to watch for today is the FOMC minutes, and it's not like it's going to say any crazy new information, rather just reconfirm their fears associated to tariffs. But since the date of that meeting when it did occur, like, tariffs have only just escalated, so I don't really see it damaging the broader market all that much. Rather, it's going to be the tit for tat, the trade war that is occurring between the States and China. And there was some developments. So over kind of during the night, or around 6 a.m., it looks like China did hit back against the States with additional tariffs. I think it was 84% in total, and that's on US goods. Doesn't seem to be affecting the futures all that much, and that is largely because technically, like, it's only damaging China in that case. So yeah, I think just a lot of people are now like, okay, so what? That's not that big of a deal. So we'll have to wait and see what does happen. But Dow is down 0.38, S&P down 0.1, NASDAQ down 0.57. One thing that is happening that Wall Street seems to be under the impression that it is China. 10-year yields are increasing, insinuating that some obviously large entity is selling. So it's fair to assume that possibly it might be China, just making it difficult for the states to refinance. So it might be a little bit of an interesting type of scenario play out, but this is a trade war that we are essentially in. Fear and greed index is under the extreme fear category, and that is 3. So people's appetite for risk is definitely not on the table, but we'll have to wait and see. Starting off, SoFi is down 3.68%. No news, no SEC filings associated to them. Shorts, so 12.96% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 139.64 million shares. They're not really doing all that much this morning. Yesterday though, just to show you my kind of post that I did, so SoFi did actually return 655,000 shares yesterday, which was very, very odd. Only because, like, there was so much fear in the broader market at that time. So at the end of the day, they might return again today. Possibly, we'll just have to wait and see. But with it right now at $9.14, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 8.93 is a strong support, and during the overnight trading, that's where it did for the most part land. A couple times it did break below that, but that might be a precursor on what to come for today. Flip side, $10.31 is going to be that next strong kind of target. But yeah, it's an interesting day for SoFi, or just over this last little bit, because SoFi has gone down over the last 1 month 20.37%. So out of the whole trade war, I don't think anyone would have assumed that fintechs were going to get hit the most. So let me know your general thoughts on that. Moving on is FMTO. It is up 93.59%, and that's piggybacking off of yesterday's 409.52%. So piggybacking off of that, still based on the market cap, 8.22 million, and over the last 1 year down 84.97. Definitely tread with caution for this one. Shorts are increasing 6,000 shares so far this morning. 8.73% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 176,000 shares. So this is kind of what the market does like to squeeze, and probably why it's getting so much attention. As I've mentioned in previous like morning videos and stuff, that when there's a lot of blood and uncertainty in the market, like, big money seems to focus on pretty much one stock to really day trade, put a lot of value in, and capital and so forth. This seems to be it for today. So again, given the circumstances, it could be a squeeze play depending on how high it goes. With it right now at $5.36, trading between this R3 and this R2, $6.32 will be that next strong target / resistance, followed by $10.16. So this one could definitely go up to both of those points, in fact. So you could have a nice return on investment. Flip side, $4.85, and then $4.95 will be the following support levels. So kind of just take note of that. Robinhood, similar to SoFi, just piggybacking off of the broader uncertainties. It is down 4.74% so far this morning, but Obviously big money is trading it quite significantly, that's why it's on this list, but not heavily shorted. So 3.01% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 22.8 million shares overall are being shorted. Not really much for news for Robinhood, and so no real news today. Last couple days there was some Form 4s and stuff, so insiders are selling and whatever, but aside from that, with it right now at $32 and change, trading between this S1 and this S2. So 31.78 will be a strong support, and then flip side 36.41. So most likely it might gravitate towards this S2 today, as what happened during the overnight as well. So 31.78, but again, anything is possible. I do get the weird feeling that the market wants to move higher, even though a lot of stocks are red. I have a weird feeling just the market is going to move higher, only because of what China did as far as retaliations. It's only damaging China, so it's not really, they didn't do that good of a job of kind of retaliating, if that kind of makes sense. So, well, again, I could be wrong. I'm clearly not a expert in that, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Alibaba. So this stock definitely has been very interesting. So they did have very good news yesterday. So it was up during the overnight around 5-6%, but now it did lose all those gains because of China and the back and forth for that. So this is the news that caused it to go higher. So once again, once the market does open, it could really benefit it. But yeah, I think Alibaba working on AI has been really a good boost for it lately. So again, that's might happen, cause a lot of volatility today nonetheless. But shorts are increasing 428,000 shares so far pre-market. 2.36% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 49.67 million shares. So with that said, though, this isn't a squeeze play, nor is pretty much any of the stocks that I did talk on. Maybe the second one, the FMTO stock, but nonetheless, shorts are increasing so far this morning. With it at 99 and change, it is trading between this S2 and this S3. 97.84 is going to be a strong support, and then 106 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, which was kind of where it was at during the overnight. So you just anticipate a lot of volatility nonetheless. But Alibaba is one of those stocks that I feel it definitely does need to be added to your watch list. It's getting at a pretty good deal in my opinion. But ticker is VERO. So this one is going up 282.19% because of this, the 8K that they did put out first thing. So it looks as though that they are set to receive some money, 2.3 million due to the SPA, the loan and security agreement. So yeah, pretty good stuff. I don't really know much about this company to really kind of justify it, but this is it, and this is kind of the highlighted most recent one. I believe it was right over here. So yeah, good stuff if you ask me. I don't know, again, the basis of it, because right now the market cap is 2.07 million, and I guess, yeah, if they're set to receive that 2.5 million or whatever else, it would really push the stock price higher. So yeah, right now up 282%. Shorts are increasing 4,000 shares. 42.24 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So again, they're increasing roughly around 11%, which looks like it just dropped off. Roughly 8%, so 7.87% of the free float is being shorted. If you're looking at trading it though, with that 11 and change, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 1073 will be a strong support, and if this does gain some good traction, some good momentum, 1887 will be that next strong target / resistance. So this is your top 5 or whatever I covered for the pre-market activity. So this is what big money has selected to really day trade today, or just sell, buy, and so forth. So let me know your thoughts. What's your general 2 cents on pretty much the trade war? Do you think that China has a leg to stand on? Do you think the States has kind of the beneficial? Social media seems to think that the States is in a better position to really demand from China. So we'll just have to wait and see. What's your kind of thoughts on that? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.